We'll see about how that plays out down the road. But to your larger point, Jim, Boeing's going to lead the Dow at the open, up 3.5%.
How can you not feel good about Boeing, given the fact that they're ready and they have demand? And you start getting a travel rally, then next you know they have orders. And when you hear about the orders, then people are going to get very excited. This stock hasn't really done anything. There are a lot of companies that I think are related to travel that are just coming back because when you have 3 vaccines and they do have warehouses and they can get it to you, Pfizer can get it to you, Operation Warp Speed can get it to you. I'm quite confident it's going to get to the pharmacy. I don't know what's going to happen once it gets there, but the vaccine is here and it's going to go to the healthcare workers, which is great. It's going to go to the nursing homes, which is terrific.
But Jim, before we get off travel, the one question that I can see that we have, and obviously we don't know the answer, is business travel, which while volume-wise is not that large for many of the airlines, profitability-wise, it's very important. And, we all know anecdotally, we've all spoken, I've spoken to so many people who travel heavily for their job, who are not traveling at all right now, but when they talk about it, don't believe that they will take anywhere near the same amount of trips, business-related trips. Now, I don't know if that will end up being true. You may choose not to go visit a client somewhere, but then a competitor does, and you're like, well, I guess I've got to go too. But you do have to wonder what that's going to mean when you start to look at a normalization for these airlines and then assume some sort of diminution in business travel of significance.
I think you're very right. I think a lot of the companies found out that their bottom line is enhanced by no more travel, no more big dinners. There's obviously the restaurant business thrives on the business customer who overorders and orders the Camus and charge it to the firm. But I would say no one wants to see you. If you run one of these companies, they're thrilled that you're on Zoom. Why? Because they figure that maybe you give them COVID and it's an ecosystem. Until there is a vaccine, I think there won't be a lot of business travel. And then once there's a vaccine, maybe someone, it's like a Mexican standoff. Maybe someone goes and then somebody else has to go to try to win business. But when you talk to a Workday, when you talk to a Salesforce, they are closing deals hand over fist.
It's amazing how many things have been able to transfer almost seamlessly. We talked about it a lot. You may be right when it comes to wooing clients. You may see that return to a certain extent, but internally, you're running one of the big investment banks, and you got to go to Tokyo just to say hello to people once or twice a year. You're not doing that anymore.
No. When Zoom figures out how to do underneath, and I'm sure they're working on it. WebEx, any of these, if they can do translations underneath, then you got DocuSign at the end. Boom. Why do we have to go anywhere? You can end up buying a piece of real estate by mistake. That's how easy DocuSign is.
Not to mention, as we said many times, Zoom is in its infancy, Carl. I mean, it's only going to get better and better as a service, and or all the other ones, but I don't want to leave them all out, whether it's Teams or WebEx. You go through all of them.
Hey guys, how's it going? Morning. Let's see. Yeah, I just got CNBC running right now, guys. I was trying to see what's going on with US 30 before we decide to take our entry today. So it was weird because when the market opened, it was very bullish, and then it just dropped all of a sudden. So we're just going to wait and see how this plays out. This might round out and then swing back upwards, and we'll probably get a buy signal. But we'll just give it some time right now. I'm going to go ahead and send this out to the social media real quick. And then once we have that all set up, we can get started, guys. Yeah, send this out real quick. Let's run CNBC while I'm handling this.
Well, Wells is driving the group. We were concerned.
All right, so a few seconds, guys. Let me just get this online.
That it's only 82% of book versus 135 for Bank of America, 184 for JP Morgan. Expense initiatives, Charlie Sharp doing it right. Well, I mean, if that stock is up 5%, then you will take up the rest of the group. And this is a rally based, I think, David, on the return of Wells to back to starting to get to where it could be book values, which is amazing. This is Wells.
Wow, look at that. It's 15 billion above 100. No, it's past par again. I mean, it was a $90 billion market cap.
All right, posting this up real quick, guys, and then we should be good.
Is this sustainable, though?
David, you've got Janet Yellen.
Yeah.
And you've got Jay Powell.
All right, perfect. So I think it's all posted up, guys. So let's get started looking at the market. Let me go ahead and check the chat real quick. Let's see who's in the room right now. So let's see. We got John. Hey, John, how's it going? Morning. Peter. David, Velocity, Ryan, Greg, Matt, John, Victor, Gactive, Wayne. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Hopefully you guys locked in some profits yesterday. I know we took a loss on US 30 yesterday, but the Forex trades have still been hitting. So, all the Forex trades that I took yesterday pretty much covered my losses for US 30. So I'm pretty much slightly in profit right now. I currently still have KJPY running right here. I'm in a slight drawdown. I'm negative 29. I took a standard lot, a 1.5, 1.6 lot. I was in profit. It looks like it almost hit TP1 right here for 10 pips, but it happened in my sleep, like right here around midnight. So I wasn't able to close it out, but it's fine. I still think it's going to, shoot up from here. So I'm not too worried about KJPY. Some people are asking about that. Let's see if we have any other positions active right now. GJ, it's currently still active, midway through profit. Most people got closed out at TP2 for 45 pips yesterday, which, I was one of them as well. So I made some nice profit out of this. However, it's still running pretty actively right now too. So it might shoot up to a full TP. This is going to correlate with our CAD-JPY position. So hopefully this continues up right here and they both hit our TPs. Let's check out GU over here. GU got really close to TP, full TP yesterday at 80 pips. Most of us got out at TP2 at 40 pips right here. So hopefully you guys were able to get out at TP2 yesterday. You had another opportunity right here as it shot up. You can see that it shot up. Let's see how many pips. It shot up about 60 pips, 56 to 60 pips. And you guys had another opportunity to exit the trade. Keep in mind that we are in a holiday week. It's Thanksgiving weekend here in the US, or a week in the US on Thursday. So make sure to lock in your profits, and eliminate your risk whenever possible, because you never know when price is going to spike around like this, especially with the news yesterday. So yesterday we had medium impact US news, right, with the flash PMI. And that spiked price in the opposite direction right here. So price was nearly at our full TP. Then it spiked price all the way down just because of that news event, about 130 pips. Guys, that's a lot of pips. So that's why we decided to take it easy today, because we do have consumer confidence at about 7 a.m. My time, which is in about 20 minutes. So that's probably going to be positive for the US. So let's see. Yeah, so previously it was 100.9. They're forecasting 97.7, but I think it's going to be higher because with the COVID vaccine coming out, plus with the holidays and stuff, I think it's going to be higher. So we could probably see these USD pairs. This might drop even further actually. So make sure that you lock in profits for GU, guys. It's going to likely drop. So odd USD, this might drop further. Your USD, this might drop further as well. GU, NU right here. The good thing I didn't call this trade because it just pulled back. And UCAD's probably going to shoot upwards. So you're probably going to see a spike up due to the news. But I'm not the type of person that wants to take an unnecessary risk and take a trade that I'm not 100% about. Plus, I don't trade news because it's all speculation. You're just going to have a lot of random spikes in price. So that's why we're holding off on entering trades until that passes. So after 7 a.m., we'll be taking some trades, and then we'll continue on to Asia session later. But currently, I think it's a little too risky for us to take any new trades right now. However, I think our other trades, like our JPY pairs, are going to be fine, and I think they'll shoot in our direction. Since the JPY is a safe haven currency, if the US dollar is stronger, it's probably going to work in our favor. But yeah, guys, let me check out the chat real quick. Morning, Arik, how's it going? So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You can see right here, just as I said, my CAD-JPY position shooting right back in profit. So I went from like a negative 100 or negative 200 to now positive 23 bucks. So the position is fine, guys. Don't be too worried if you're in like some slight drawdown, like right here, because it's going to swing back up. It's going to swing back and hit TP1 right now. You can see. Let me see if I share this with the other group. I don't even know if I share this with the public group. Yeah, I didn't. Let me just share this real quick with the public group. Sometimes I forget to share trades with the public group, guys. But I mean, most of you guys here are in premium anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Chelsea said, "Is RJPY a good sell?" I don't think so. Let me check, because all the JPYs are going up, so I wouldn't sell JPY. You can see it's very bullish right here. I wouldn't sell it. We have two JPY pairs, Chelsea, that are all buys. We have KJPY, we have GJ right here. They're all both buys and they're all bullish. So I wouldn't sell JPY because this correlates with that pair. You're basically gonna be going against our trades, and odds are you're probably going to, you know, get stopped out because it looks bullish to me. Like if you look at every JPY pair, basically any pair that's paired with JPY, you can see NZD JPY, it's bullish. UJ, it's bullish. GJ, it's bullish. EJ, it's bullish. And KJPY, it's bullish as well. You know, if you want to share why you think it's a sell, that could help. I can probably help you analyze it, see maybe you analyze something differently, or you saw something that I didn't see personally. But I think they're all going to be bullish, so I wouldn't sell JPY right now because they're all pushing up. So if you go against, you know, the momentum of price with all the JPYs, it's probably going to go the opposite direction. So you should generally trade in the direction of, you know, all of the other correlating pairs. John said, my GJ and GU closed out near break even. Hey, John, you didn't move your stop loss and profit for GJ, because GJ moved up pretty heavy. So yeah, when it moved up right here, I moved it to TP2 because TP2 is at 45 pips. So somewhere around here, yeah, when price shot up right here to like 60 pips, I moved my stop loss to 45 pips here, which was TP2, and I got stopped out in profit. Same with GU right here. So GU right here, we had our entry and it shot way up right after entry to 75 pips in profit, nearly to full TP. So when that happened, I moved my stop loss to 40 pips right here in profit, and I got stopped out with a pretty nice profit for both of them. I'm not sure which exit strategy you're using, John, but maybe you should stick to the simple one because that seems to be the most profitable one for everyone. I see some people get stopped out at break even, but I'm not sure why, because it's pushed up so high where you should have probably moved your stop loss a little higher in profit rather than break even. Because if you move it to break even, you might end up with less profits than you could have had earlier. Even if you moved it to TP1, you could have locked in some profits as well. But yeah, guys, so I'm looking back at the news right here. There's only news at 7 a.m. So that's all we're really worried about. Otherwise, we're going to be looking for trades right here on US 30. So for US 30 right here, we do have a bullish candle. So the previous signal was a sell signal, meaning the next signal is going to be a buy signal. So if we get a buy signal, then we'll take a buy and we're going to write down up. So let me see if there's any zones down here. What I like to look at are these lower zones where price has rejected from, because basically I'll show you guys my thought process in all of this. So basically, and I'll show you how it looks like down here as well. So right here, you can see that there's a big zone right here. And let me zoom out from here. This is my thought process with, utilizing the K2SR zones with the K2 momentum indicator. So right here, generally, whenever you see a nice rejection off a point, so you see price consolidating through here, breaks up, retest right here, rejects up, retest for a double bottom right here, or a triple bottom, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, quadruple bottom. So once you see this nice rejection off here, and then it's followed with a buy signal, you can see that it generally continues up to the next zone pretty heavily, right? So same situation right here. We see a price consolidate within these two zones. It comes up, comes down for this retracement right here and a retest of the zone, and then it rejects, and then we get a buy signal. So technically, this would be an active position right here. And I'm waiting for the same thing to happen where price currently is right here. So you can see that this is currently an active position, but you can see right here that this is probably going to come down for a double bottom, or actually it already did. So if I delete this right here, you can see it's already tested right here for a double bottom, right? So with the double bottom right here, it's retested structure, has had issues crossing below it. If it's followed with a buy signal, like what we're waiting for right now, then odds are it's probably going to continue up. So that's just one confirmation right there. And on top of that, if we're applying, our daily US 30 strategy, that's where we would get our catalyst for the entry. Because right now we don't want to enter this trade for a buy, because this can literally test it again, It could test it a third time, a fourth time. And then on that point, if we don't get a buy signal at that point and it breaks through it, it can probably continue down further. So that's why you're waiting for that confirmation with the buy signal to satisfy our K2 daily US 30 strategy. So once that happens, we could pretty much just have a smooth ride upwards. So that is what we're waiting for right there. I'm gonna go back to my, I got to go to my copier, guys, because I totally forgot that I changed my Hugo's Way password yesterday. So in that situation, I need to update my information on there so that I can log into it. So let me go to my copier real quick. Let's see. John said when I was at TP1, I moved to break even. Yeah, John, when you reach TP1, you should probably move your stop loss to TP1 or slightly below it, so that you lock in some profits. I think well, here, let me check that again. So you said you moved because the thing is, when it reached TP1 over here, I think you could have moved your stop loss to TP1 when it reached TP2 up here. Unless you're moving it kind of slower, because some people aren't able to move it right away. But I think you should follow the simple exit strategy. When it reaches TP1, move your stop loss to TP1 or slightly below it, and then slide it up to TP2 and then up to full TP as it continues to move up. Because obviously there's a lot of spikes in price this week with the holidays coming around, and the news, all throughout yesterday morning. There was a lot of news yesterday morning, so that's why we had those spikes around that time. But we also have some news coming up in a few minutes as well. So you should probably start to utilize the simple exit strategy instead of moving it to break even, because that's a really conservative way of trading. I mean, it's a good way of trading, but it's way too conservative around this time. You're probably better off locking in some profits at TP1 or TP2. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, it's normal, John. It's all right. Because John said it reaches TP2 when I wasn't watching. Yeah, that happens all the time. So I usually just have my alert set up. So when I do get the alert, I'll just, I'll move it manually on my phone if I'm not able to be at the chart. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's fine. If you got it at break even, you didn't lose. So, break even or a profit is both a win. As long as you don't lose, you're perfectly fine, because you can keep compounding that account and just keep growing it and growing and growing it, over time. Let's see. Yeah, I got stopped out in profit for GU as well. Nice, yeah. And yeah, it was a smart move. I did the same thing. Velocity said we are right at resistance on US 30, where we dropped heavy 3 times before approaching all-time highs. So let me check this out. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this would be considered a resistance right here. So this, the thing with US 30 velocity is that US 30 it's a little different. It's not like Forex where it really respects these structures very much. I just use these as confirmation, because you can see here that price generally swings off momentum. If there's momentum in the market, it'll break right through the structure. It doesn't even test it like normal Forex pairs. So right here it tested, because this is Asia session. This is when it's closed. But when you're looking at the market during London and US session, like right here, so this is London open right here at midnight, it breaks right through the structure. It doesn't even respect structure at all. So I'm more interested in seeing the rejection followed by the momentum swing. I don't really care about resistance or support if I'm trading in that direction, because when there's a lot of momentum in the market, it usually just breaks right through it. So you can see right here, this was like about 6:30 a.m. on the 19th. You can see that price just breaks right through the structure. It doesn't even respect the structure at all. So if you took a sell right here, you would have caught this for like nearly 1,200 pips. Same situation right here. This is the next morning at 6:30 a.m. and you see prices break right through structure. So structure isn't really important for certain pairs with a lot of momentum, like US 30. Like this specific pair has a ton of momentum during its open sessions and during London session, because that's when the pre-market orders come in, and when the market just gets pushed. Like right here, you can see this as well. Price just shoots right through these structures. That's why for me, if we were to take a buy here, I don't really care what the like for example, if we took a buy right here and say there was a, some sort of resistance right here, I wouldn't care because there's so much momentum in the market, it'll break right through it. It's not gonna, it's not gonna go right here and then people are waiting to take the opposite end right there. Odds are that's probably not gonna happen. So I don't really focus on forward resistance or support. I more so like to see the rejection off it and then the momentum swing following that, because that seems like more of an importance when trading a certain asset like this. But you got to remember that US 30 is a totally different asset compared to Forex. Same with stocks, same with other commodities like gold. You can see gold doesn't really respect structures at all either. It just breaks right through them. Like gold right here, you can see right here that price generally, so it's paired with the US dollar. So once it gets close to like US session, it just breaks right through structure. It doesn't really, like right here, breaks right through it. So 6 a.m. yesterday, there was news for the US dollar yesterday and it broke right through it. That's why I don't really pay attention to structure like that with regard to certain assets that have high momentum. Yeah, let's see. All right, Velocity said he drew. Let's see. Yeah, so let me pull up Velocity's his markup. So his markup, he has here. I'm just going to show you guys over here. Velocity's markup is around. I'm assuming your zone is around 29876. So let's see, we got 29876. Let me turn this off, turn this on. 29876. Yeah, so it's the same zone that we have drawn right here. Looks like price already broke it though, bro. So you have your zone around 29876 right here, but price is already above it right now. So, oh, it was just on this specific candle. So this is what I meant with that velocity. You can see that that strong level that you drew right here. Price broke right through it. It doesn't really respect structure, like I mentioned earlier. It's gonna see now that we have this this break right here. It's probably gonna just shoot up even further. See, like that same structure that you drew right here, it broke literally right through it in a few seconds. It didn't really respect it at all. So that's why I think it's going to shoot up from here. So we do have a buy pending right now. But you see this, right? A velocity. I just want to make sure you see it and understand what I mean about, price not really respecting structure during its open hours. So this is the same structure that you drew right here. And it literally just broke right through it. See, price is currently above it right now. And I don't see it stopping. So I broke that structure. I do see a buy coming. And that's the thing. That's why when we trade US 30, we just ride the momentum. We're not trying to catch any rejections. We're not trying to catch any type of price action moves. We're literally just trying to see as momentum moves, and then we just ride that wave with it pretty much. But I do see it shooting up right here. This is going to be a little risky because the US news comes out in about 5 minutes. So it's probably going to affect US 30, but I'm probably going to take it anyways. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's fine. So Velocity said, sorry, you guys future data. It's the same thing. It's not, the indices are based off future data. They're just a little off by a little bit, but they're not really anything too different. Oh, one thing I gotta do, I gotta go and fix up my copier real quick. I got 5 minutes to fix my copier. Yeah, I'm gonna go to accounts. See if this plays out properly. All All right, we got 3 minutes left on this candle, guys. So I've got my US 30 position ready right here. We got it ready on my MT4. I'm ready to take it if it does close. If not, we'll be waiting for the next entry. So let me just get my copier set up and then we should be good to go. All right, 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes until this candle close. Let's see if we can catch this move. Yeah, definitely velocity. Yeah, so this specific assets like US 30, because the thing with US 30 is like it's only really moving very fast during a US session. It's like with stocks. People when they trade stocks, they just trade within like the first 10-20 minutes of the stock market and then they get out like the day traders. That's the same thing with US 30 and kind of similar to what we're doing as well. That's why I only recommend trading US 30 during the US session. If you want to trade London session, then you can trade the London assets like the UK 100 or the German DAX. Because they move similar, but they're just different indexes that are actually active during that specific trading session. The thing with the Forex market is that it's 24 hours. So the thing with that is that it's literally just bouncing around literally all day. So that's why it respects the zone so much better. Check this out, guys. So this is a CAD JPY from earlier. You guys saw it was negative $50 this morning. I'm up $180 now. So, and this is my live account, my forex.com live account. You can see I had like $2,000. It's up to 6,000 now, guys. So I literally grew that account just to show you guys that, you can grow your account. A lot of people think you can't grow a small account, but I've grown this account from like $2,000 a couple months ago. It's now at 6,000. And, like I mentioned, this is just like my play money account. Literally, I'm not really taking any crazy risks on it. I am risking a lot more than I advise. I usually tell you guys 10% risk, but I'm so confident with my trades that I take 10% risk on these trades and I'm growing this account super quickly. You can see right here, it's a live account, forex.com, there's my name. It's not a demo account. So I take these trades with you guys. So whenever I call a trade, you guys should feel confident that these are going to be good trades because I actually have money in this trade. So I want it to be a winner as well. I'm not here to give you guys signals and not take the trades with you. I'm here to do both. I'm here to take the signals and, show you guys my thought process and all of that. Exactly. Yeah. Velocity. You never go broke taking profit. So like right here, I'm actually going to move this in profit. So move my stop loss and profit to, let's see, we're at 180 in profit. I'm going to move it to 150. So there we go, guys. So I've locked in. Actually, let me change that. It's a little too close. Yeah, 150. Yeah, it's because it's stupid spread. The spread's freaking retarded, but it's like, let me move this to 0. It won't let me move my stop loss and profit because the spread's so freaking wide. Well, it's not that wide. It's like 2 pips. There we go. So I've locked in profits right there, guys. I'm in profit $219 right now this morning, just to start off the trading week. And looks like it should be good. All right, so this is our US 30 position right here. Looks like it's about to close. So when it does, I'm going to enter market. So if you guys want to enter market with me, I'm going to enter in about 10 seconds. 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm in. All right, guys, I'm in the trade. If you guys want to hop in. All right, let me call the signal real quick. If you guys in the premium, you guys are going to get the signal. Let's see, US 30 buy stop. All right, guys, I'm in the trade. It's gonna be risky because we do have news coming up right now. See how that plays out. Hopefully it doesn't. All right, guys, we're in the trade. So I'm gonna change this to 29867. All right, let me send this out to you guys. All right, guys, the US 30 parameters are sent out to the premium. Let me just put in these alerts right here. So there's news right now, guys. So you're going to see price spike around a lot. Don't be worried. Don't be worried because that's normal. You have the news that was just released. I'm going to go and pull it up right now to see what was the outcome. All right, guys, got all my alerts set up. We're in the trade. We're good to go. My alerts right here. All right, we're good to go, guys. So I'm in the trade. You know what I'm gonna do next is I'm probably gonna draw these quarter points just to see. Price breaks a certain quarter point, it's probably going to continue on up. So that's the only quarter point right there. I don't think there's one. There's another one down here as well. Oh, it's super far. So yeah, no, we're good, guys. I think this will be a very good trade. It's a quarter point right there. All right, cool. So it's swinging back into profit right now, guys, as we speak. I'm in profit on my FTMO account, actually on all my accounts. So I'm good with that. Let's see if the trade was taken on my account. I'm in profit, guys. All right, I think we're good for this for now. So let me go ahead and look at the chat real quick. Chelsea said JPY pairs are going up heavy now. Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier, Chelsea, when you asked the first question. I mentioned that. Here, I'm gonna close it out. I closed it out manually, guys, because it was gonna pull back to TP1 anyway. So I stopped at, I closed out about 200 bucks. So not bad, guys. So, you know, here, I'll show you guys my profits for Forex.com, because a lot of people keep asking me, you know, how my Forex account's doing. It's doing really good. Still haven't had any losses on my Forex account, I think, like all month. So, you know, if you guys take both of the trades, you'll be able to balance out your profits literally every day. So like, check this out, guys. So you can probably see on my phone right here, the same thing I show you guys every single morning. Like, you see the green right there, guys. So if you see the green right there, that means profit. If it's in negative, that means it's loss. So you can see that these are both green right here. They're about for like 200 to 500 bucks. And if I scroll down, you can see that they're literally all green. See, there's no losses on my Forex account, because if you're smart and you move your stop loss and profit, like I always tell you guys, you can grow your account like crazy. Like, this account went from like 2,000 to nearly 6,000 in like maybe 2 or 3 months. And that's a small account. You know, I'm just risking X amount of risk per trade, but then it compounds and adds up because I'm just trading off risk percentage. And every time my account grows, it just compounds and takes a bigger lot size with regard to risk, because as your account grows, your risk will grow as well with it. So even though we took that loss for US 30 yesterday, guys, I made that all back with Forex. So it's not a big deal to me that we took a loss on the US 30 yesterday. Because like I mentioned, it's a back and forth game, guys. It's literally, you know, you win some, you lose some. You're not always going to win. And sometimes you just have to eat those losses and then balance them out with other trades. So here's a US 30. It's looking fine right now. It's swinging back up. Let's see if there's any other questions. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat so we can go over, you know, anything you guys have questions about. Otherwise, I'm just going to go and check out stuff in the market. So right now we had the actually it was low. So the consumer confidence was lower than expected. They expected it to be 97. It was actually 96.1. And that's probably why US 30 dropped down a little bit when we first entered the trade. So when we first entered the trade, it dropped down a little bit because the news wasn't good. Obviously, like I mentioned right here, and then it swung right back up. So we're now pretty nice in profit, guys. So let me see mine real quick. Yeah, I'm in profit about 300 bucks right now, guys. So I'm doing pretty all right currently. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of this real quick. Nice. Let me send this over to you guys so you guys can see where my profits are sitting. All right, cool. Yeah, guys, so I'm in profit about like 500 bucks right now. It's gonna continue moving right now. I'm just gonna share this in the other groups. One more. Send this over right here. Oh yeah, one more group. I probably have an indices group. Let me get a little GIF going. All right, so let me just forward this over to you, group with you guys. But yeah, guys, so I just posted my profits right here. You guys can see that I'm up, 495 bucks, nearly 500 bucks right now. So, combined with my profits on Forex, I'm like technically up maybe like 700 bucks this morning. And it's not bad. It's only 7:09. I've only been awake for maybe an hour. I'm up pretty nice, like someone's daily salary right there or more actually. So that's pretty good so far. Let me see what else we got here. Hassan said GBP odd, can you look at it? So let's take a look at GA real quick. So let me pull up GA over here. Looking at GA currently, it's currently stuck within these two zones right here. So price is pretty much just bouncing from this zone right here, this zone up here, this zone down here, and then odds are it's probably going to bounce off this zone back up here. Maybe I'm not sure, but currently we do have a sell bias right here. So depending if this pulls back down and closes below here, then it would provide for a sell entry right there. But until it breaks below, there's no sell entry available. You can see right here that it's been let's see. Sorry guys, I got super sidetracked. I just saw Ark's message. Ark, I'll message you right now. So let me just get through GA real quick. So basically right here, I'm analyzing this as the previous moves. So you can see right here, price, we had a buy signal, momentum is swinging up, price broke structure right here. And as it broke structure, it shot up to the next zone right here, right? Same situation right here. We had another buy signal. It broke structure right here, and then it shot up to this next structure right here, right? The reason why we wouldn't take the sell right here is because it hasn't broken this structure down here. Same situation right here. We haven't taken the sell because price hasn't broken structure right here. Until price breaks this structure downwards, then there would be no entry. So for example, right here, you can see that price was trying to break this structure right here. It's the same situation that was happening right here and right here. But once price finally broke the structure right here, you could have entered a short position right there and then rode it down to the next structure like it did right here for a full TP, right? So that's basically what I'm waiting for right here. I'm waiting for this to also break structure, or I'm waiting for it to swing up, get a buy signal up here, and then you can take a buy position right there. So that's it for GA, right? I'm not, there's nothing really worth taking at this time, but you can see that this is what we're waiting for. We're either waiting for price to break below here so we can take a sell, or we're waiting for a buy signal to appear somewhere here and break above so we can take a buy. So until that happens, I recommend that you just stay patient and wait for, that specific entry to appear. Because if you go back right here, you can see that it repeats itself every single time. So right here, we had a sell signal right here. Price broke the structure, and then it went from this structure down to this structure right here. And history always repeats itself, guys. Like literally, it keeps doing it. It's a pattern that always repeats. So right here, like we had a sell signal, price broke the structure, went from that structure to this one right here. So same exact thing right here. What we're waiting for, we just got to be patient and wait for it to close below. So RX said, Shawn, see, I got to trade Forex to balance out my losses, but your suggestion, Ark, I think you don't really get it every time I talk to you about this. You ask me for the same advice every week, and I give you the same advice every time. I tell you exactly what to do, but you never follow it, and that's why your account is in the negative. If you just follow the directions that I give you, you could be positive. Your account wouldn't be in the situation that it is. So don't try to do too much, because like you can't even get the basics down of US 30. It's very simple. You take this one trade every single day and your account should be in positive. But the thing is, you try to take this trade, then you try to take the UK 100 trade, and then you try to take the, what else? The London entry. Then you try to take Forex trades, and then you're like, Shawn, why is my account like this? And I'm like, all right, it's because you didn't listen to anything I told you. I told you to just take the daily US 30 entry and you'd be perfectly fine. But the problem is you keep trying to do way too much, bro. So, for once, just listen to my advice and just do what I've been telling you to do. If you just follow my directions, you can be profitable and you can be consistent. The thing is, you keep trying to listen to different people. You try to take advice from, this person, and you come back to me when you make all these mistakes, and then I try to fix it, but then you go ahead and make all these other mistakes. So just stick to one thing right now. And I'm just trying to be real with you, Ark, because the thing is, you've been trading with me for like nearly 4 months now, and you're doing perfectly fine until you started to do all this other stuff that wasn't necessary. So just stick with what I've been telling you for the past 4 months, bro. If you've been doing what I've been telling you for the past 4 months, you would have been profitable right now. The whole reason you passed FTMO is because you've been following my directions. But then once you got funded, you start doing your own thing. And that's what happens with everyone. People follow my directions and they pass FTMO. And then once you pass FTMO, you get way too confident. You think you know how to do everything. And then you end up blowing your account. And then you come back to me to help fix your account, to, fix all the mistakes that you did. But, if you're in too deep of a hole, I can't help you with that. Like if you go like 10,000 in negative, I can't help you bounce back from that overnight. You just have to listen to me and follow my advice, because I'm doing the same exact thing. And I think you just keep trying to do way too much. You keep wanting to make too much profit too fast, and you start making all these mistakes. And you just got to take responsibility for it, Ark. Like if you make these mistakes, you just got to man up and be like, I made this mistake. You got to learn from it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go ask Shawn to fix this for me, because I'm not going to fix it for you if you keep making the same mistakes over and over again. So, just take that as a reality check. If you lose your funded account, that's fine. Just start a new one. But next time, take my advice and follow my directions and stop going off track, because if you keep going off track, you're not gonna be consistent. You're gonna pass the FTMO again, and then you're gonna lose the account a second time if you don't follow directions. But that's all I can tell you right now. Or what I can say now is don't do too much. Just do what I've been telling you from day one. Use the exit strategy and take the US 30 trade, because I could already tell if you start taking the Forex trades and then you continue to take your UK trades and you continue to take the US 30 London and New York session, you're going to hit your daily limit. And I already know it's going to happen because it's happened to everyone before. So just, stay on track and stop listening to other people that, you can listen to certain people, but if you're going to make mistakes following other people's advice, you're going to have to, you're just going to take responsibility for those mistakes, because if you do what I'm telling you, you're going to be perfectly fine. But I don't have control of your account. You have control of it. So whether you want to follow my advice or not, it's going to be up to you. But I'll try to help you as much as I possibly can. So let me go back to the questions over here. We have one more from, hey Usman, how's it going? Yeah, guys. So basically with FTMO, I always tell everyone to just take the daily US 30 entry. So I just want to make this clear. This is the only trade that I take on my FTMO. The problem with a lot of traders is they take these trades and they pass the FTMO, right? They pass the FTMO, they get funded. What happens after that? They get all big headed and they're like, oh, I can trade. I'm a pro trader now. So they go and try to scalp, and then they try to go trade Forex, and they go to try to trade different indices. And then what happens? They lose their funded account. And then they try to ask me to fix their account for them. And I'm like, if you would just step to the plan and only traded US 30 on it, you'd be perfectly fine. If your account isn't doing well, then you can message me and you can send me your trades. I can show you where you went wrong. Because the thing with trading is that, with every issue, there's always going to be a solution to it. So if your account is in the negative, there could be a couple of things that you can be doing wrong. You can be not applying the exit strategy, over leveraging, not using the proper lot size, no risk management. That's usually the main things. Over trading, stuff like that. If you would just, set up a trading plan and stick to that plan, through and throughout, you should be perfectly fine. Because if you got funded doing one thing, just continue doing that one thing. You don't need to go and do a million things and try to be this pro trader that you're just not at that caliber yet. Once you get good at trading, then yeah, you can start doing other things. But, to keep things simple, this is all I take on my FTMO. So that's why I always tell you guys, just take this trade. This is the only trade you guys need on your FTMO. If you only take this trade once a day, you can pass the FTMO and you can be funded and you can get payouts, monthly. Just stick to the plan, pretty much. Yeah, Peter said emotions and greed is what messes up a trader. Exactly. So that's what happens. For me, I have 2 FTMO funded accounts that are 100K. And all I do is I take this US 30 trade. The thing with a lot of people is they want to take a bunch of trades because, a lot of people haven't traded an account that big before. If you get a 100K account, you're like, oh, I got all this money, I can go and scalp. And then the thing is, they don't know how to scalp yet. So when they scalp, they end up like losing a ton of money right away. And then they dig themselves too deep of a hole where they can't get out of it. So, just that's my word of advice. Just take the US 30 trade every single day and you should be able to pass FTMO and get funded, within a month or so. And here's our US 30 right here, guys. So I'm going to check my profits real quick. Nice. So my profits are up to 700 now. So I'm up 700 on FTMO. I'm also up, I closed out my Forex position for like 200. So I'm probably up around nearly 1,000 for the morning, guys. It's only 720. But profits are looking really nice. Let me send this out. And guys, my little rant, that's not to you, Art. It's not you directly. It's to a lot of people who are in the same position. You're not the only person that's past FTMO and is now in a hole because they started doing their own thing. And it's just a common thing, guys. Like I get this. If you guys look at my DMs, you'll see that I get a lot of people who are in that same position. And the real thing is that you have to man up and you have to come to the realization that you made a mistake and then you learn from it so that in the future you don't continue to to make that same mistake. And I'm here to help you guys. You know, if you guys have any FTMO questions, you guys know that I'm like the main guy that everyone goes to ask FTMO advice, because I've done it so many times, and you know, I'm actually funded and I'm doing it consistently. And I'm only taking this trade, guys. This is literally the only trade I'm taking. So don't think that I'm doing something different. All right, nice. So my profit is at 780 right now. I'm gonna send this in the group real quick. Hey, what's up, Akeem? How's it going, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. Let me send my profits in the group real quick. And it's looking good, guys. About to hit TP1 right now. Get this rocket, this little rocket emoji. Where's the rocket at? There we go. So check this out, guys. So I'm in profit 780 right now, guys. So it's looking great right now. It's looking good. Let me send this over to the group. Okay, let me go down these questions right now. Yeah, so Benjamin said, was odd CHF and GBP odd valid on the 4-hour zone entries? So Benjamin, let me take a look at GA again. So GA, looking over here. So yeah, GA was one of your pairs that you asked about. I don't see an entry right here because price hasn't broken the zone. So similar to what I was analyzing earlier, price would have to break the zone down here and close for it to be a valid entry for a sell. Vice versa right here, we need a buy signal and you have to break above here, or you know, above here, before we have an entry. So there's no entry for GA right now, but it should be coming in a bit if it ends up, you know, dropping or shooting back upwards. Let me see what else we got here. So yeah, that's it for GA over there. I'm going to go over to odd CHF. It's another pair you wanted me to take a look at. Odd CHF over here. I was looking at this pair earlier, but due to the news that was being released at what was it, 7 a.m. So about 20 minutes ago, we had news. And that's why I didn't call this specific trade, but you can still enter this as a late entry right here if you want. Benjamin, I'm still looking at this for my own analysis, and I'm going to wait to see if I should enter this. Because the thing is, I could put a buy stop right here, and then when it swings back up, so if it rejects off this point and swings back up, you can hit full TP right there. Or I mean, not full TV, but you know, it'll swing up and then you can move your stop loss up and profit as it moves. But this is kind of what I see happening right here. So I do have it marked up. You can see right here, I have the highlighters on these specific pairs. These are the pairs that I was going to call during the last 4-hour candle close. But yeah, AUD I didn't break the structure. That's why I didn't take that one. AUD USD, this would also be a late entry as well. But the reason I didn't call it was because of the US news that was coming up a little while ago. So this is kind of what I see happening right here as well. So I have two pairs that I'm kind of looking at for late entries, which is odd CHF for a buy right there and odd USD for a buy right there as well. I would put a buy stop there. So once price swings up, we can get into that trade and pretty much catch some profits in that direction. So let me fix this real quick. All right, cool. So I'm looking at odd USD right here and odd CHF, like I mentioned. I'm just gonna wait for them to swing up a bit. I'll probably give it a couple hours, and if it swings up to this area right here, like above this zone, same with odd USD, if it swings up above this zone, then maybe I'll make a late call for a buy stop right here for us to take these trades. But yeah, that's kind of what I see for odd CHF right there. I just see a late entry. Let's see. Randall said buy limit on UJ maybe. Let me check UJ. Hey Randall, so where was your buy limit set at? I'm trying to figure out what, were you thinking about a late entry? Because the thing is, this entry started like way over here. So this buy signal is right here. price broke the structure right here. So this would have been the buy position right there for maybe about 30 pips, I guess. No, it'd have to be wider. So technically this would have been the entry right here for this break over here. And then as price broke below here, I guess you can consider this an entry as well. But the problem with this right here is that it's too close to this next zone. See, it's only about 12 pips. The spread's about 1 pip. So you're gonna have to pay 2 pips going in and out of the trade. You'll have about a 10 pip cushion for you to make some profit before it either, rejects off this point or, continues upwards. So it's a bit of a risky trade. I wouldn't take it because there's not enough space between your entry here and the next zone right there. It's only about 13, 12 pips. So the problem with that is you don't want to get caught on the reversal, right? And if you don't move fast enough, you're probably not gonna be able to catch this low move right here because you have to be really fast to or have your order set. So I personally wouldn't enter UJ right now because it's going to be entering a huge zone right here. So when it enters a zone right here, it can reject at any point. It can reject right at the edge, in the middle, the top, the very top. There's a ton of areas where price can likely reject from. So I personally wouldn't take it because it's just a little too risky. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now I'm thinking about scalping US 30 right now. So let me get through the questions real quick, and then I might get to look at some scalping on there, but I don't recommend people follow me just yet. Okay, so Velocity said, came to realization the other day, you can use 4-hour zones trading 30-minute trades to increase risk because if it breaks it on the 4-hour, it has to break it on the 30-minute. No, I agree, Velocity. So that's definitely a strategy that I've used in the past. It's a little more complex for new traders. That's why I don't really share it with people. But you can always do a top-down analysis. So say if you you're like trying to enter a trade right here, right, for a buy, you can always go down to the lower time frames and see how it lines up on there as well. But the situation with this is that it wouldn't really matter because the zones are in the same area. Like the zones are way up here, and this is where price is. It's going to be the same distance with regard to your time. So like, check this out. This is about 12 pip move to the next zone on the 4-hour. If you go down to the 30-minute, it's still the same distance. But you can take like a smaller move here. Instead of taking like a huge move, you can just take like a smaller little swing. So instead of taking that huge swing, you could have taken a swing like right here. So your entry would have been, either down here or right here. But this is what I mean by that too. So if you caught this earlier, Velocity, instead of the 4-hour entry, you could have entered down here. And then you could have caught this for, instead of 12 pips, you could like 25 pips instead. So that's another way of applying it. But it definitely, that's something that you can catch along. Well, I'm sure you caught along, obviously, but that's something that a lot of other people can catch along as well, because it's not really, it's something that you learn in practice. It's not something that I can really teach for someone to really get. You kind of have to see it yourself. Let's see what else we got here. So Ben said, hey, Shawn, my GA zone is different from yours. My 4-hour sell signal crossed the zone already. Sorry, let me go back to that, Ben. So here we are on GA. Let me go ahead and draw my zones over here. Maybe the zones have updated from the week because, like I mentioned before, zones do update sometimes during the week if it has a crazy movement. But let me turn on my SRs. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so these zones are a little different. Yeah, because I drew these zones on Sunday and we didn't have a zone down here. The reason why we have the zone down here is because it's probably from the 8-hour. So looking at the 8-hour right here, yeah, you can see that this zone was created here because it was on the 8-hour previously. So we can go ahead and redraw those zones. Usually the zones don't change within a day. What is today? Today's Tuesday. So it was because of the big market move. Like the market moved a lot yesterday right here, and that's why it spiked around. But let me go ahead and just redraw these zones. So there's that zone right there. are rolling good right here. All right, so yeah, looking at the zones now, you are correct with that, Benjamin. That was my bad because my zones were a little older. So this is technically an entry right here. The thing is, it's a risky entry because I mean, GA moves really fast, so it's going to cost a lot more to take this trade. But it does look like it could be a late sell stop right here. Let me go and see if the correlations with the other pairs are good. So I want to make sure that all of the GBP pairs, so GA, GC, GCHF, GJ, GN, GU, I want to make sure that they're all bearish. They're coming down, right? Because if that's happening, that's going to indicate that the British pound is weak. So if that happens, it's going to, odds are it's probably going to come down further. So looking at GC right here, it's coming down. GCHF, it's just consolidating. This is a consolidating pair anyways. GJ is going up. GN is going down, but it's retracing right now, kind of similar to what's happening with GA over here. So same situation. And then GU right here is, it's just consolidating sideways. So looking over at this right here, let me go ahead and take a look at, let's see, GA right here. So all of the GBP pairs don't correlate together. I mean, they correlate, but they're not moving in the same direction right now. So instead of that, we're going to look at the AUD pair because we want to see if the AUD pairs are all in strength right now. Because if price is going down, that means the second currency is stronger than the second currency is stronger than the first currency. So the thing with this is, since the GBP pairs aren't correlating, we want to make sure that maybe the AUD pairs are correlating. So in order for us to take this trade, we want to make sure that the AUD pairs are all going up. So odd CAD is going down. That means that the Canadian dollar is stronger than the odd CAD. I mean, the Australian dollar. Odd CHF is sort of going up. So it looks like the Aussie is a little strong on there. Odd JPY is going up, so that shows that it's strong. Odd NZD is going up, looks like it's strong as well. Odd USD looks like it's technically going up, but it pulled down a little bit. So now it's trying to make its way back up. So it kind of gives a mixed confirmation, but odds are it's probably going to come down. So for GA, we can probably enter a sell stop right here for a late entry, so that if price comes down right here, then it would fill our order, and then we would continue to go down in that direction. Sorry guys, let me fix this over here. All right, cool. So yeah, so that's it with GA right there. I just don't like how it's moving right now. So you can probably enter this, Ben, if you want to, but I just, the thing is, I prefer to have the GBP in control, or correlating, or they're all going down, which I mean they kind of are, but it's kind of a mixed bag with regard to the GBP pairs. So because the thing is, GBP is a stronger pair than the AUD pair. So I'm worried that this is going to shoot up even further, because you can see right here that there was an entry over here on the 20th. Oh, actually, this was Friday, so I'm not going to count this right here. Market moves weird on Friday, but this might, whatever. Let's call it trade. So let's see, Ben, I don't know if you're still watching right now, but I'm probably going to call this as a sell stop, because I do think it's going to come down. It's just, it looks risky, but it looks like a risk that I might be willing to take, because AUD pairs here are, I don't know. I keep second thinking it. Actually, I'm not going to call it, because these are a mixed bag as well. You can see that these are coming up and coming down and coming up. And then same situation with here, like odd CAD is coming down. I mean, technically, if you look at the trend, it's actually CAD JPY hit 20 pips, guys. TB2 right there. So I'm gonna call that right now. So just looking at odd CAD right here, you can see that it's trending up. So it's technically still heading up, but it's currently just pulling down right now. So GA is a little risky as well. I'm not going to call it as an official call, but I'm going to keep looking at it on the market right here so that we can take a look back. All right, so let me just give that update for CAD JPY with TP2 right there for how many pips? 20 pips. Let me just hide this, or I'll leave it up like that. It's like to clean up the chart a little bit, guys, when I show this. All right, 20 pips. It's over there. All right, so we're good, guys. All right, Cheryl's been killing it. I don't know if you guys have seen Cheryl in the chat, but she's been getting a ton of profit just applying the strategies on her own. Because yeah, she took and she basically took all of the JPY pairs and then she made a ton of profit off all of them. It's been doing pretty well. Let's see. All right, so let me keep going down the list. Let me see. I think I'm missing questions. Des will say trust Shawn's advice is good, bro. Velocity said. David over here with his Forest. Usman said, sup everyone, great advice, Shawn. I've been sticking to just Forex and I'm slowly seeing my account grow. Patience is key. Yeah, Usman, definitely. So the thing is, so here's one thing that I also need to cover with you guys, like with the exit strategy. This is a problem with ARC too. So ARC, if you're still here, I know this has been a problem where you exit your trades either too early or too late. So if you're going to use an exit strategy, you need to follow the exit strategy every single time. So if you're going to use the simple exit strategy, then you have to move your stop loss every single time so you're consistent with your trades. You know, basically, if you take every single trade and you take them, you know, with the X amount of risk percentage, then odds are you're always going to be in profit. Because if you look at our results, these are going to be looking at the results. It's considering when it moves into stop loss. I mean, like when you move your stop loss and profit. So basically all these results here, I move my stop loss and profit. So, you know, if you have 428 wins and 144 losses, if you're moving your stop loss to just TP1 every single time, which would be about 1%. So think of this right here. So 144 times, sorry, the number's off. But yeah, so even if you were just taking TP1 for all of these trades, your wins would still outweigh the losses. So a lot of people have been asking me, you know, what exit strategy should they use? They all work. It just depends on which one that you like more. Because if you want to move your stop loss and profit, then you can continue to do that, and then you could just keep stacking up your wins, and then they'll compound your profits as it continues to move up further. And then on top of that, if you want to just let your trades run to full TP, then that works perfectly fine too. Because so this is one thing that I was doing yesterday. Let me see if I could pull up the because a lot of people were asking if I could give results based on percentage versus profits, but it's not possible because everyone has different account type, right? So my percentage is going to be totally different from yours, and my profit's going to be totally different from yours. That's why my breakdown is a little different. So this is what I was doing yesterday, guys. So looking at you know, our results for October. So basically what I always tell you guys is that you should be risking 3% per trade, right? So if you're risking 3%, and this is if you're letting trades run to full TP or stop loss. So for right here, you see how some of these hit full TP and then some of them hit stop loss and then some of them hit TP2. So for these TP2s, I'm gonna count them as a loss, okay? Just so that I can show you guys the power of following directions. Because if you guys follow directions and you don't move your stop loss and you just let it run to full TP or stop loss, you should still be in profit at the end of the month. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So looking at this right here, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So for each full TP, I'm gonna count that as a 3% win. For each stop loss, I'm gonna count that as a negative 3%. And then also I'm gonna count these TP2s and TP1s as losses as well. So I can show you guys that if I crunch the numbers for you, it's impossible for you to be in the negative. So when I see people in the negative, I'm like shocked because I'm like, it's not even possible, literally. So like, check this out, full TP, we're gonna do +3. There's 2 full TPs right here. We'll do +3, +3, 2 TPs right there, +3, +3, 1 TP right there, +3, 1 stop loss, -3, two TPs right there, +6, 1 stop loss right there, -3, full TP and a stop loss, that's just gonna cancel each other out. We got 2 full TPs right here, so I'll be +6. So at this point right here, up until October 8, if you took every single Forex trade, we're in profit 24% already. So we have 1 loss right here, and then we have 4 wins right here. Even though this is a TP2, I'm gonna count it as a loss because I wanna show you guys that even if you took a loss on that, you would still be in profit at the end of the month. So right here we have 3 times 4, that's gonna be 12 minus 3, that's gonna be 9, so +9. Right here we have 2 losses and then 1 win, so that's gonna be a -3. Right here we have 1 win, that's gonna be a +3. Here we have a win and a loss, it's going to cancel each other out, so that's no points there. Right here we have 4 wins, that's going to be 12% minus 1 loss because of the TP2, it's going to be +9. Right here we have 3 losses, so that's going to be -9 plus 3 for the 1 win, so it's going to be -6. And then down here we have 3 wins, so that's going to be +9. Sorry, +9. And then 2 losses right here, it's going to be -6. TP2, that's going to be -3. TP2 right here, that's going to be 3 wins. That's going to be +9. -2, it's going to be -6. So it's going to be +3. 2 losses right here, that'll be -6. And then these will balance itself out. So at the end of the month, you'd have a total of 33% win right there, right? And if you're trading, probably like a $10,000 account or something like that, each win is going to be approximately about $500 profit. So if you're 33% in profit, you multiply that by 500 per trade. At the end of the month, you should be up 16,500. So I just broke down the numbers for you guys for October, and it's literally impossible for you to be in the negative. So if you're in the negative from last month, that's because you probably made some mistakes. And the thing with the mistakes is that it can be fixed. So if you guys have problems being consistently profitable, and these are profits right here. So with this right here, this shows you that if you just take every trade and you let it run to full TP or full stop loss and you don't adjust stop loss, you should still be in profit. So I just broke the numbers down for you guys to show you guys exactly what's possible if you guys follow directions. And even if you only took TP1 or TP2, you should still be in profit because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses right there, right? So if you took 9 losses, 9 times 3, and then how many wins did we have this 39 wins? So if you only took TP1, you did 39 minus 27, you'd still be 12% profit for the month. So you multiply that by 500, you should still be in profit $6,000, even if you only took TP1. So I broke down the numbers for you guys, and it's literally impossible for you guys to be negative for the month of October. So if you guys are having problems being, consistent, just talk to me because I can help you guys. Most of the time, there's like one thing that you're doing wrong, and that can be easily fixed. But that's what I mean about being consistent. If you guys want to move your stop loss and profit, then move your stop loss and profit. If you guys want to let it run to full TP, you can do the same thing, regardless as to which exit strategy you use. If you follow that same exit strategy for every single trade, you should be in profit regardless. If you ran to full TP, you'd be $16,000 in profit, $16,500. If you only ran to TP1, you'd be $6,000 in profit. So I already crunched numbers for you guys, and there should be no excuse for you guys to be in negative, because I already showed you guys that it's totally possible if proper measures are taken when taking a trade. So going back to our US 30 trade, here's our KJPY. It's still pushing up to full TP right there. Also for US 30, it's also pushing back up to TP1 right here as well. But let me go ahead and take a look at the chat to see what everyone's saying over here. John said on US 30, do we move stop loss to break even when it hits TP1? No, John. So I think you got the exit strategy mixed up, John. So I'll send the exit strategy in the chat. I don't know how everyone gets so mixed up, because every time someone asks me about the exit strategy, it's always been the same since like March or even January. The exit strategy has always been the same thing. So here's the I posted the video in the chat, guys, for the exit strategy. And it's always been to move your stop loss to TP1. So when you reach TP1, you should move when price reaches TP1, you move your stop loss to TP1. When price reaches TP2, you move your stop loss to TP2. I'm not sure where everyone keeps getting confused with the exit strategy, because every time everyone asks about the exit strategy in the chat or anything, I always, if I search exit strategy right here, or a simple exit strategy, I always tell people to follow the exit strategy. So if you search anywhere in the chat, I always advise a simple exit strategy, which requires that you move your stop loss and profit to TP1 or TP2. So if you search through here, I've never recommended any other exit strategy. See, simple exit strategy. So I'm not sure where people are getting confused with it, because if you look through the chat, I've never recommended anything else. So you guys just got to keep on track and stay consistent with, with your trading strategy, and also with the exit strategy as well, to make sure you lock in profits. Here, let me check this real quick. I'm gonna keep going down the list. Nice. So our GJ hit full TP, guys, 90 pips. Hopefully you guys made some nice profit off that. I'm going to send the update in the chat real quick. So we've been hitting full TPs, guys, all around for so many trades these past 2 months. It's literally, it's been a crazy blessing, guys. Get some nice Christmas gifts for my family. Let's see. So what is this? 90 pips. Let's see. JPY, full TP. Nice. So our US 30 is about to hit TP2 right here. So all our positions are looking really good, guys. Let me keep looking over here. David said driving to physical therapy. That's fine. Nice. Business Ping said GA is going up to 82,100 on the 15. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to call GA yet, because it's still bouncing around. See, like right here, price can come up to here and it can reject right off it. But I wanted to see what was going to happen first, because I didn't see any correlating pairs with GA and with the AUD that are all moving in the same direction. Hassan said, Shawn, what do you do for US 30 when it reverses and you get a valid momentum going the other way? So for me, once I'm in a trade, I don't switch it up. I just continue riding it that direction, because just because we get a signal in the opposite direction, that doesn't mean it's going to continue down. That could be a little retracement signal, and then it can shoot right back up. Kind of similar to what happened right here. You can see that we got a buy signal, right? Then we got a valid sell signal. And then what happened after that? Rejection, buy signal, and then it shoots way up. So that's why me personally, I never second guess my trades. So a lot of people always ask, and they want an update, like when we have an active trade, asking, you know, what do I do here? What do I do there? And I'm like, bro, I didn't tell you to do anything. So just keep the trade, you know, as it is, because we trust the trade that we've taken, because we fully analyzed it. We know exactly where it's going to go, and we're fully confident that it's going to continue in that direction. So if you get an opposite signal, then I don't recommend that you freak out about it. Just, you know, if it ends up going the opposite direction or reverses on you, then just let it happen, because it's impossible for you to be 100% with all of your trades. And the thing is, if you were to reverse your trade here, so say if you took a buy here and then you saw this sell and then you took it down and then you took a buy, you would have been in negative, because you would have just been switching trades back and forth. You kind of have to just trust your analysis and let it play out as you plan it to play out as. So if we got a sell signal here, then I'd be fine. I'm just like, all right, cool. It's just a retracement. It's probably going to swing back up. So I wouldn't switch up my positioning just because we have an opposite signal, because it can well be a, you know, a little retracement, not necessarily a swing in direction. Hassan said, I know it's super volatile, but I just wondered that when I was watching your videos. Yeah, Hassan. So whenever I take a trade, I just trust it. I don't ever second guess my trades. Once I'm in a trade, I'm in the trade. And, you know, if it plays out in my favor, then great. If not, then, you know, it's fine, because I know that I'm gonna be swinging back on the next trade. So whenever I have losses, I just eat the losses, guys. I don't ever you know, try to second guess my trade, because if you second guess your trade and you're on both sides of the fence, you're just going to stress yourself out, because you're not going to be confident with the trade that you already have active. Let's see. Deswell said, it's crazy. I don't think you guys understand what Shawn just did. Yeah, I don't think anyone did either, Deswell. So I literally, when I broke down the results here, I did it by risk percentage. So depending on, you know, if you're in positive percentage, you know, net positive with regard to your trades for the whole month, it's literally impossible for you to be negative if you follow it properly. And I can do it with literally every single month. I could do from October. I might even do it just to show you guys that literally, if you took every trade and you followed the same exit strategy for every trade, you would be in positive at the end of the month. And if you're not, you know, it's possible to fix that. There's always a solution to any issues that you guys have with regard to trading. It's literally like solving a new puzzle every single day. And the thing is, I'm on this puzzle every single day, guys, so I know exactly how to solve it. See, Usman said, most of the time I'm happy with hitting TP2. I'm okay with missing out on the rest. Yeah, exactly, Usman. So that's a smart way to do it, because you can't go broke taking profit, just like what everyone said earlier, you know, as long as you take profit every time and you move your stop loss in profit. So say you're in profit right now on US 30, you move your stop loss in profit, right? You've guaranteed profit. So you go home with money in your pocket. You don't go home with a loss. Some people don't like to take a small win, when if you just keep continuing taking those small wins, you know, those small wins are going to add up to, you know, a bigger pot at the end of the day, week, or month. Let's see. Mark said, remember November will be weird since elections, we didn't take that much. Yeah, exactly. November, well, November is a little weird, but Mark, I did the numbers for November too, and they're actually really good. So what I did was, I went through the results, and then I actually did the math on the percentage wins on those too. And, you know, since we took less trades in November, we actually did a lot better, because they all hit full TP. So literally, if you took every trade and just let them run some full TP, I think we're in profit, maybe net like 40% for the month. And we took less trades, but by taking less trades, we took more wins and less losses as well. So, I mean, it goes both ways, but it works perfectly fine. Let's see. Ash said, follow all your signals with a T. Now my small account is growing slowly but surely. Nice, Ash. Yeah, that's the that's the goal for you guys. Like if you guys follow like all the advice that I gave you, you guys can be easily as profitable as me. Even just following my signals, because all of the signals that I'm calling are trades that I'm taking myself. So I'm not taking any trades that are not called as signals. Literally all the trades that I take are all of the signals. I'm not over here taking side trades and not telling you guys. Literally every trade that I take, I share with you guys because I want to show you guys that you guys can be as profitable as me and as consistent as me, as long as you stick to your trading plan. Mark said, I tell people all the time, you have to have faith in the system. Without faith in your emotions will run wild and you'll lose. Let it ride. I repeat, let it ride and have faith. Exactly, Mark. You're 100% right, because a lot of people, they get scared, like with with ARC, and not just ARC, but like a lot of people in the group. They move their stop loss too early, or they move it to the improper location, and then they end up getting stopped out with no profit, and then they have to pay commissions and fees, so that they end up in the negative. That's why I always recommend that if price reaches TP1, then move your stop loss to TP1. That way, if you get stopped out in profit, you have enough profit to cover your fees and spread, so that in that situation, you're always going to be at either break even or you're going to be in positive, but you're never going to be in the negative overall. Yeah, Mark said either hit stop loss or you hit profit. Don't pull too early for the love of God on less losses. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Mark, 100%. I've been trading for a long time, guys. Like I've been trading for 10 years. So I have really thick skin in the market. Like literally when this pulls down like this, I'm not here freaking out trying to close out my position. I'm hanging on because I know that this is normal. And it just happens, this is just how the market moves, and this is how they play with people, because they know that majority of people don't have the trade psychology to handle a trade like this, or to hang on basically. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, with regard to trade psychology, or like with regard to managing your position, like always feel free to reach out to me. Like even like Deswell said, like Deswell is not even in the premium, but I help him with his FTMO and with like any of his other questions. I'm here to help you guys. Like I'm not here to only help the premium members. Obviously the premium members will have access to my trades, and they'll have, the ability to be as profitable as I am, every single day, every week, every month. But if you have trading questions, I'm here to help you guys. I'm not here to hide the ball. I know a lot of other trading people, trading gurus, teachers, they don't want to teach you the exact way they trade, but I teach you guys exactly how I trade. Like you guys have access to all my indicators. You guys have access to all my strategies. And then if you guys want the bonus, obviously you guys will have access to my trades as well, because it's totally possible. Nice. Yeah. So Business Ping said GA about to go bear. So this is the same call that I was talking about earlier. I'll probably call it now, because like I said earlier, I was going to wait for an hour for it to reject off this point and come down, so that I could possibly fill our sell stop. So I'll just call this now right here. And then, maybe we could ride this thing down for a late entry. Yeah, exactly. Like Mark said, he reaches out to me daily, literally daily, to ask questions. So, I'm available to you guys. I know you guys understand that I'm super busy, but I'll make time for you guys. I might not get to you guys right after. Like, look at my messages right here. I've got like 8 messages that I need to respond to, but I get to you guys eventually. I'm here to help you guys. So if you guys need help, just send a question in Telegram, and I'll get to you guys when I can. Because the thing is, when I was a beginner trader just like you guys at some point. When I started trading like 10 years ago, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anyone to ask for help. I literally learned everything on my own, which was actually a good thing, because I learned a ton of like bad information from like people, so that I was able to know the difference between bad info and good info. So, I'm an open book to you guys if you guys need help with, any trading questions. But obviously, you know, the premium members are going to have priority. So if they ask me questions, they're obviously going to get their answers first. But if you guys, even if you guys aren't in premium, you guys will still get your answers eventually. So we got a sell stop right there. Make sure that you guys put a sell stop for this because it's not meant to be entered at market. Yeah, I got entry price. Fell. TP1 is going to be 25 pips. Oops. $500 right here. Not 500 TP 50. So we got those set up right there. Let me get one more here. Nice. I'm going to set a sell stop right there as well for myself. All right, so I got my own trade set up right here. You can see my live trade. It's pending right now. My pending sell stop. It's about a 0.80, you know, close to a standard lot. I'm risking high risk on this because I'm confident with the position and I'm okay with it. But if you guys are taking this trade, I always recommend only 3% risk. I'm taking 10% risk because, like I mentioned, this is my growth account. I'm taking trades here, and if I feel really confident with them, I'm going to take higher leverage. So yeah, if I win this trade right here, I'm gonna make about, let's see, make about $600, guys. So this is what I mean about risk percentage, because I've been taking 10% risk. I've been making $500 per trade. For this, my account's grown. So now I'm making $600 per trade. So as long as you keep compounding your account and growing it, you could easily grow your account over time. Like I mentioned before, this account was about 2,000 a couple months ago. Now it's at 6,000. And this is just because I'm taking the Forex trades on here. So literally every trade that I call with you guys, I'm taking it myself. So you guys can feel confident that, you know, these trades are legit. They're not just called for the signals. They're called because I'm actually taking them. Nice. Here's a US 30 right here, about to hit full, not full TP, TP1 right here. So it's looking good. Yeah, exactly. Business ping. We were looking at the AUD pairs earlier this morning, and they all look bullish. So we were like, all right, cool. If they're bullish, then GA is going to have to be bearish. So that was definitely a good confirmation right there. Let's see if we got anything else over here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Answer some of these questions, guys, before I keep going. Let's see what else we got here. All right, let me just go through the rest of these questions. All right, I think I'm done with, perfect. So I'm all done with these questions right here. It looks like we are Sorry guys, I'm like confused with one of these things here. I just want to make sure I answered everyone's questions. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this right now. Matt said, Shawn, don't you think US 30 is scared of the 30,000 mark? So I do. That's why I have the marker right here. The thing with that though is that it's broken it before. So you can see right. Sorry, it's just like it's kind of hard to see on let me go on a higher time frame. And then let me just hide some of these indicators so you can see right here. So you can see that it's tested it before right here and it's broken past it over here. So the thing is, if it has enough momentum to push it up, it's probably going to spike it above it. Like spike it above it and then maybe reject off it. So if it does reject off it like it did right here, then it can probably come back down after that. But I think with all of the news going on right now and with the US holidays coming up, I think like it's been pretty positive for the stock market. So it's pushing it up. So as long as it has momentum to push up with it, you know, odds are it's probably going to continue that direction. Let me see if there's any other news that can affect it right now. Let's see. Tesla market value crosses 500 billion. A share surge sixfold. Dang, it's crazy. So I'm not sure if Tesla is in the US 30 or in the Dow. I know they're joining S&P, but if they are, then that could be like a huge help for our US 30 position. I don't see anything else here. I'm gonna go to CNBC, see if there's anything causing that push up right there. Stock surge, home prices see biggest spike in 6 years. So there's a lot of news going on here and they're all positive for the stock market. So that's kind of why I see it pushing up even further. Stock market live updates, Dow nears 30,000, Tesla worth 500 billion, Bitcoin tops 19,000. Oh crap. Let me check my Bitcoin because I have Bitcoin running right now too. All right, let's check my Bitcoin. Ooh, Bitcoin is looking nice, guys. So I forgot to hit up Aaron. Let me message Aaron real quick. Forgot Aaron wanted to hop in on this call too. I just told Aaron to hop on, my bad. I forgot to invite this guy earlier. I was supposed to send him the link. See, Aaron's making his way back to K2. Let me send him this real quick. All right. Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. You know, like I mentioned, this it keeps pushing up to 30,000 mark. So it keeps pushing up like that, you know, odds are it's probably going to try to break through it. It might not close above it, but it might break right through it, then spike back down. Similar to like what's been happening with the with it in the past over here. Let's see. So price is, yeah, because the next structure is like not till way up here. So we'll just have to wait and see, guys. Like, you know, it can literally go either way. It's either, you know, it's either going to come down or it's either going to shoot above it. But my guess is that it's going to continue pushing up, especially with how the market's moving now. I mean, it can continue to keep pushing higher. Who knows? Oh man, I used to have a CNBC Pro, but I don't have it anymore. I was trying to see what the update was for this. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. But if you look at the market overall, you can see that the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, the Russell 200, they're all in profit. And you can see over here, stock surge for a second day. Dow jumps more than 30 points to a record. So this will probably continue the push up. But yeah, I'm surprised the Bitcoin pushed up that high, because now I had like 200 or 300 bucks my Bitcoin, and now I'm up 708. So if you guys watch every webinar, I always show you guys my profits for Bitcoin. I think it was at like 500 on Monday, and then now I'm up to 700, guys. So it's growing. I'm not trading it. I'm just buying and holding it. Let's see. Nice. Deswell said, yeah, I've been buying Bitcoin from 2010. That's you've been buying it from like way back. John said, what's a good broker for Bitcoin? I have Coinbase and Bitstamp, but they charge too much. Yeah, I used to use Coinbase before. John, I mean, Coinbase is still going to be superior to like any other, wallets that you can use, because they have a lot of options. For me, I just use Cash App. I mean, it's not a great option, but it's just somewhere where I park my Bitcoin, because I don't really use it very much. It's just there. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, I didn't say, hey Shawn, what do you think about GN? So let me pull up GN real quick. Nice. So GA is about to fill. GN's probably moving the same direction as GA. So it's also coming down as well. The thing with GN, let me see if the zones are on properly, because the zones are kind of screwed up for GN or GA earlier. So yeah, actually, no, it looks fine. So here for GN, until we get a sell signal, because the most recent signal was a buy, so it has a bullish bias right here. I probably wouldn't take this trade until it closes above this point. So once it closes above here, then I would take a long position. Right here. So I'll take a long position right there for about 75 pips. But if we get a sell signal, because price hasn't broken past this structure right here, but if we get a sell signal like this right here, where price broke the structure and then it went down and tested this next structure right here for a gain of 100 pips, it's a lot of pips. So the same situation right here, if we get a sell signal and it breaks below here, then I would take a sell. However, if it breaks above here, then I would take a buy. The reason I wouldn't take a buy if it closes right here is because it's in a clear downtrend, and this just might be a slight retracement before it continues in the other direction. So if you look right here, this downtrend has actually been going, well, it actually broke. So like, well, no, if you just count the whole thing right there like that, so just looking at it right there, it's still in a downtrend, right? Let me hide the indicators. So that's why I would have a sell bias, and I would wait for that sell momentum for it to come down further, because it is retracing right here, but then it could come down even further right there if we get a sell signal. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I see for GN right now, guys. I would hold off on it because I do think it's going to come down. So I'd wait for that sell signal because I think it's going to move parallel with our GA position right here. So GA is coming down pretty nice right now, guys. It's probably going to fill our order, pretty soon. See how many pips is it from there? It's about 10 pips. I'm like thinking about Sorry guys, I'm responding to some messages. Something funny I looked at. Okay, let me keep looking over here. Spencer said, I've been putting in about a few bucks. Nice. Yeah. So Spencer, that's awesome. I know we talked about it recently too. There's Bitcoin and XRP are both like shooting like crazy. So let me pull up Bitcoin real quick. I've already analyzed, GN, and I think we should wait for a sell before we enter that trade. But let me go over to Bitcoin. Damn. So Bitcoin shot up like crazy, guys. It's in this next zone right now. Man, where the hell's Aaron at? All right, I guess Aaron's not going to show. It's all good. He's probably sleeping, lazy guy. But looking at sorry, it's no response to this message. Sorry, guys, I was just looking at my messages. Looking at Bitcoin right here, it looks like it broke into that structure that we were just looking at yesterday, guys. So we were looking at this yesterday during the webinar, calling the daily over here. Yeah, so the last time that this structure was tested was, dang, it was way back in December 2017. But here's a crazy thing, so look what happened when that happened back in 2017. Price did the same exact thing that it's doing, and then it dumped right after, right? So that's kind of I'm worried that that's might be what happens again here. Because if you guys look at these candles, let me go on the monthly actually. So yeah, looking at this here, this push up is freaking insane, guys. Like, check out this push for the month. This is just November. It's pushed up this much, kind of what happened right here in December of 2017. So this is actually kind of scary because it could either come crashing down or it can shoot right back up. Me personally, I don't care about my Bitcoin, so I'm just leaving it in there, and I'm just letting it, run pretty much. But if it does drop below here, so if it even drops even slightly to here, I'm gonna close out my position, and I'll probably buy, at some point after. But we're at like an all-time high almost, guys, with Bitcoin. Similar with XRP. XRP is look what happened here with XRP in December 2017. They had a crazy spike, guys. So it's kind of like history is repeating itself. Like, this happened like 3 years ago, and it came crashing down like a hellstorm right here. So same situation with Bitcoin. I personally don't care because I only have like a couple $100 invested in it, and it's already grown to like 700. So if it drops down and I get kicked down to like 500, then I'm cool. Like, I'll take that 500, and then I'll wait until it pulls down more and then buy some more. But yeah, it's in a critical point right now for Bitcoin. So I'm not sure how far it'll push. If it pushes behind, like past this structure, I'm gonna be like super shocked, and I'll probably buy some more. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. That's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Let's see. Honestly, this could probably cross by the end of the week, but we'll see where that is. I don't know where David's at. Is David in here right now? Okay, I know David's not over here. I think he's at his physical therapy. He's got an old man's back. Let's see. Yeah, Victor said Kraken is cool also for Bitcoin. I've heard of Kraken too. It's pretty good. Matt said in Canada it's INDICES. And oh yeah, so sorry, Rob. I'm gonna check out NU real quick. It kind of went off track for a second there. Yeah, looking at NU right here, this is actually an it's actually would be a decent buy entry right here. The reason why I didn't call this yesterday was because of the I think there was news when this happened or it broke past this structure right here. Technically, this would have been the entry over here for NU, and it's technically still active right now. So depending on your take on it, I think it's still bullish. The reason this dropped yesterday was because of the news on the 23rd right here at 6 a.m. But then it recovered back up, kind of similar with our GU position right here. They're all kind of bullish, right? So I'm trying to enter this. I'm so tempted to enter our GA at market already, but I know whenever I do that, it's not going to play out right. So I'm not going to do it. But looking at all the USD pairs, Apocalypse. So AUD USD, it's pushing up. EU, it's pushing up as well. GU, it's pushing up. And NU, it's pushing up as well right here. So they're all pushing up pretty nice, even UJ. So I do think NU is also going to be pushing up as well. So if you do want to enter this trade, it's still available for a late entry right here, technically speaking. It's only a few pips above entry, like 3 pips, but I think this is where it's going to move to. It's probably going to break the structure again. It's going to shoot up even further. So like right there. And you know, that reminds me, I should probably just call this trade. All right, cool. So let me man, I'm tempted to take this trade. What do you guys think? And you? Possibly. Look at our USD. So here's our USD. It's about to break 30,000, guys. So for you guys that were wondering if it's going to break 30,000, looks like it's probably going to right here. But looking at NU right here, this looks like a good call. Let me check the other NZD pairs. Honestly, it's pretty bullish. So I'm going to call it. You know, thanks for that tip, Apocalypse. I was looking at this before, but I totally forgot about it. But it does look like a good trade, so I'm going to call it. Let's see if there's anything here. Just want to make sure there's no zones coming up. That would make this trade a risky trade. But it does look like it could be a pretty nice entry. So I'm going to go ahead and call this trade right here. Let's see. So we got a buy limit right there for NZD USD. All right, so 75 divided by 2, it's 37. All right, so I think we're good with NU right here. I don't know if it'll fill, maybe it will, maybe not. If we hit CP1, then I'm just going to take it off and we're not going to, and we'll probably wait for the next one because it's a little late to enter this trade if price is past it so much. I'm going to set my alerts here. If it hits TP1, then we're going to cancel the trade. Otherwise, we'll be in this trade. So let me see, build, set up my alerts right here. TP1 is about 18 pips. 7. And then full TP 75. All right, so I've got everything marked up here. If it hits TP1, I'll give you guys an update to cancel the trade. If not, then we are going to be in this trade for the run. Let's look at US 30, guys. About to pass 30,000. So for you guys wondering if it was going to pass 30,000, looks like it's going to. It's pushing up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, let me get my TP1 alert ready, so I can give you show you guys what's good. Let's see. Nice. So Desmond said keep it, trust. Starting one was 800 to 1,000. Dang. Yeah, so I'm thinking about just holding my Bitcoin. You know, it doesn't really matter to me if whatever happens to it, because I've already came to my senses that it's like, you know, if it hits big, then it hits big. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But and US 30 needs to stop playing and hit our TP already. Once it crosses 30,000, it's probably going to break right through it. So I'm not too worried about it. Let me just set this right here for a buy. GA also for a sell right here. Now I'm thinking about just entering this trade at a market entry. Check GM. Because the thing is, I think it's going to come down. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of time. There we go. We broke 30,000, guys. So there we go for US 30. I'm gonna get ready to post my TP1 right now. Oh, there we go. TP1, guys. TP1. Let's get it. All right. So we got. Oh, it broke right through TP1, guys. Check that out. So make sure to you know, lock in profits, guys, if you guys can. But we did hit TP1. Hope you guys are as happy as I am, because I need to bounce back from that L yesterday. So we're good right here. TP1. Make sure to lock in profits, guys, because it's at a critical point right now. It's like super high. So it can reverse on you. So just make sure that you keep on point with it, because a lot can happen at this point. All right, so we're good right there. Give you guys some gifts real quick. Oh, it's pushing up even farther, guys. So it's looking good. Hopefully it's full TP. But it is at a critical price point, so all right, so I got that sent out right there. Yeah, Chelsea, it finally broke 30,000. A lot of people were asking if it was going to break 30,000. I was like, it's going to break 30,000. Don't worry about that. And it did. It broke right through it. Looks like it's going to keep shooting up to full TP right now. It might retrace down a little bit. We test that 30,000 mark and then to the moon. So we'll see how that plays out, guys. I'm not, you know, I'm already, I'm in profit, so I'm not too worried about it at all. I'm more concerned over here with this GA position. Just make sure you guys lock in profits. You guys don't have to put your stop loss at TP1, although it is recommended. You know, just move it in profit, because you never know what's going to happen at this point. It's at a critical price point where it can literally, you know, pull back pretty hard if people are trying to avoid it from passing 30,000, which already did, but might swing down. See, Deswell said it has to go up. The last Bitcoin will be mined in 2040. Value will be crazy. Damn, that's crazy. All right, cool. see. 1 second, guys. All right, so positions are looking good, guys. So far, let's see what I was looking for. I was looking for something right now. So the problem with right now is we have such a big gap between now and the next candle close. We have about an hour and a half. Let me see if there's anything else here. So there's not really going to be any new calls until then. You know, we're just going to keep watching our US 30 position. We're also going to look for any other entries. We did have some late entries for GA right here. I'm waiting for that to fill. Same with our NU position over here as well. So waiting for these two to fill, but we do currently have our US 30 position active right now. Chelsea said, how much do you suggest you have in your trading account to start using standard lots for US 30? You're gonna need a lot of money, Chelsea, for that. So you're gonna need so generally well, depending on your broker. So if your broker is using standard lots, like Hugo's Way or something like that, you need about 1,000 per 0.01. So, you know, you do the math with that. If you want to use a mini lot, then you're going to need a $10,000 account. If you want to trade a standard lot, you'll need a $100,000 account. So that's the, you know, that's going to be the difference between pricing with regard to US 30, but it also depends on your broker, because some brokers use mini lots. So if they're using a mini lot, then, yeah, if you're using like E-minis with your broker, then it, you know, your decimal point's going to be over. So a standard lot with an E-mini is going to cost, you know, 1,000 less than, or 10,000 less than a normal account. So Chelsea, depending on which account you're using, you know, if you be more detailed with your broker, then I can give you the actual numbers. But if you're using a standard broker like Hugo's Way or something like that, you're going to need at least like 100,000 to trade a standard lot, because you're going to be risking like 10,000 per trade. So, you know, just keep that in mind. When you start trading a standard lot, it's not the same as Forex. It's like way different. It's like times 100. Let me see. Yeah, no problem, Chelsea. It just depends on your broker, because some of them value the lot size is way different. So some of them require a lot more, some of them require less. So just depending on which broker you're using, that'll dictate, you know, your required account size. Nice. Ashley's using a micro lot. So a micro lot's actually really good too. Like even if you're using a micro lot, and if you were to hit full TP on here, you'd still make 150 bucks, because it's going to be like 10 cents per pip. And then if you move to a mini lot, then it'll be 1,500. And then you move to a standard lot, that's going to be 15,000. So you're risking 15,000. Obviously you need a lot more to, you know, make that much profit. Yeah, it's not super difficult. It's just a little confusing depending on which broker you're using. Okay, looks like New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is having a press conference with regard to COVID. So this might affect the market. I mean, we'll see how that goes. All right, cool. So my GA position just filled, guys. I think it might have filled for you guys too. So yeah, mine's active now. There we go. GA filled. All right, Velocity. I'll see you soon. Nice. You got some good news for me. Sounds good, bro. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. I'm probably gonna go offline for a little bit too, because I gotta do some errands real quick before the 10 a.m. candle close. So actually, yeah, I might get offline in a little bit, guys. So we've pretty much called all the trades that we really need for, for the live session. We've called the US 30 position. We've also called the GA position, which is now active. You can see I'm in profit now. In profit only like $1, but it's going to grow. And then we're still waiting for NZD/USD to fill too. So yeah, unless you guys have any other questions, we've been on the stream for like about 3 hours now. So I think it's about time for me to take a break. I'm going to run some errands. I got a couple of mentoring sessions later today. So if you guys want to hop on the mentoring session, you guys can just sit in on it. It's at 2 p.m. my time. Jazz, I don't know if you're in here, but I'm going to have to confirm with you if our mentoring session is still going on. But yeah, just a reminder, guys, if you guys have access to the K2 indicators and you guys want to be mentored by me, just set up a mentoring session with me. And then we can go through the course, so we can go through any strategies that you guys want. But I'm available. The only problem is I can't mentor you unless you have the K2 indicators, because that's the only strategies that I use. So unless you guys have the K2 indicators and the K2 strategies, obviously I can't mentor you, because you need the tools that are necessary to succeed in trading the way I am. So if you guys have access to the K2 indicators, just let me know. We can set up a mentoring session, but I'm going to be going on that mentoring session about 2 p.m. my time. So it's about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So in about 6 hours, I'll be doing the mentoring session. And if you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube, just subscribe to the YouTube so that you guys get notifications when I go live. And I go live every single day, guys. So if you guys ever want to sit in on my sessions, or you guys want to, be in the live trading room before I post the link, then just subscribe to the YouTube and you guys will know exactly when I'll be on. But yeah, everything looks great so far, guys. US 30 is pushing up further. Hopefully hits full TP. If not, make sure to move your stop loss to TP1 so that you can at least lock in 750 pips. Our GA position is also active. I'm in profit. I've only been in profit. It's activated a second ago. I'm in profit about $20 now. KJPY is pushing up to full TP. GJ's hit full TP already, so I'm going to take this off. Our GU is going to hit full TP as well. All of our positions are deep in profit, guys. So everything's looking good so far for the week. Some people are scared to trade this week because it's a holiday week. But with K2, we're confident with our trading capabilities. So we don't shy away from the market just because it's a holiday week. We still make a profit regardless. Spencer said, are we still waiting on NU or letting it go? So right now, Spencer, I have it pending right now. It hasn't filled yet. So if it hits TP1, then we'll cancel it. If not, then we'll just hold on to it until it fills. One last question from Greg, Odd CHF. So for Odd CHF right here, honestly, I should have called it, but I think it's a little too late to call it right now because it's already past the entry. If I do call it, it'll probably be off the next candle close, because OJPY looks like it could be a nice entry right here for about 40 pips. Let's see what else we got here. Odd NZD, Odd USD. This could be a nice entry too. So Odd USD could be a nice entry. Odd CHF could be a nice entry. But I would probably wait until after the candle close. Odd CHF is actually a nice entry. Let me see if the CHF is weak right now. Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag for CHF because they're both. So USD CHF, it's going sideways. NZD CHF, it's kind of going up, kind of going sideways. Let's see. Actually, the CHF looks pretty weak. So yeah, maybe I'll call this right now. Thanks for reminding me, Greg, because I wasn't even paying attention to this. But it does look like, let me see if it's crossed above here. Last time it's been above this area was back in June of 2020, and then again back in January of 2020. So this might actually be a good trade. So I'm going to call this trade right here. Thanks, Greg, for reminding me. We'll try to catch this. I don't know if it'll fill, but we will see if it does. And this is going to be the same situation with NZD USD. If it doesn't fill, then and it hits TP1, then we'll just cancel it. If not, we will just hang on to it. 2. All right, there's odd CHF right there. I'm gonna set my alerts for that as well. Let's see, odd USD. See, odd USD might be a little risky. I'm not gonna call odd USD right here, but odd CHF looks fine. Because the problem with odd USD is that it cuts into this this zone over here. So the problem with this is I'm worried that if we take this trade, it'll it'll probably reject off that point before it hits full TP. But actually, let me go ahead and pull this back. Let me see if I see anything worth noting. So odd USD is in a price point where it hasn't reached since November of 2018. Wow. So I'm probably not going to call that because it's in a new price point that it hasn't tested in like a long time. For odd CHF, it's only been since June, January, and then in December it was pretty much up there. The problem with me wanting to buy the AUD pairs is that they're in a recession, so it's kind of risky for us to sort of take that trade during the current conditions. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. But I did call the odd CHF right here. It should have filled. Looks like it's at entry point. So I'm just going to set up these alerts, and then I'm probably going to hop off for a bit, guys. I just need to take a little break. Been on this for too long. I mean, I don't mind being on this, but since I have my my mentoring call later on today, or my mentoring session with Jazz, I just want to take a break because I don't want to be on the computer like literally all day. But I'll still be available. If you guys have questions, just message me on Telegram and I'll be on there. But yeah, I gotta go walk my dog. I got a couple of things to do before I prepare for the mentoring session later. Gotta do some Christmas shopping too, so I'm probably run to the mall for a bit. Pick up some cool stuff. Full TP, 60 pips. And this is the lifestyle that I try to show you guys. Like a lot of people think you have to be on the computer all day to trade and trade profitably, but you guys can see here, I'm on the computer in the morning from like 6 to like 8, maybe 9. So I've been on webinar for about 3 hours, and we've made a ton of profit so far. So you guys have seen all of my profit that I've made. This morning I locked in like maybe $300 off that one trade. Also right now, I moved my stop loss to TP1 right now. So I pretty much guaranteed about a couple $1,000 on this. So you can see like within 3 hours of work in the morning, I've locked in a ton of profit, and then I can still go on with my day. I can go run my errands, go to the gym, do whatever I want really, and still make profit, more than what most people make at a normal day job. So, this just goes to show that, trading full time is not out of reach, guys. It's possible for everyone. And, I love life right now, guys. I have so much free time. I can do whatever I want. And on top of that, I get to hang out with you guys on this webinar every morning instead of having to wake up and having to go to an actual job. So I think that's about it, guys. Thanks again, Greg, for that call with odd CHF. It looks like it's in profit now. So I think that's about it. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Just message me on Telegram if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, keep watching the positions. Hopefully US 30 hits full TP in a little bit. And same with our other positions as well. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in a bit, and I'll catch you guys during my live session if you guys want to hop in on that later at 2 p.m. my time.